Now this beautiful 1998 Sea Ray 370 Sundancer is equipped with twin engines and dual fuel tanks, one on the port side, one on the starboard side. I'm just going to point something out that it is also equipped with. It might sound echoey here in the engine room, but there's engine fuel selectors, and what this does is allows you to draw off of one tank or the other tank. The way this is situated is the port side fuel tank, which this is switched to now, so the port engine is going to be taking fuel only in this scenario off the port fuel tank, or I can switch it over to draw from the starboard tank, and the same on the other side. So the starboard engine, the way this is set up, the starboard engine is drawing from the starboard tank, but again I can switch it over the port tank, or I can switch it to off, which means if this one was switched to off, that means there would be no fuel getting to the starboard engine, and the same on the port side engine. And the reason that this is done is in case you have contaminated fuel, there may be water put in, or somebody, and we know this happens, this boat is gasoline powered. These engines are gasoline fueled, I should say. Twin big block 7.4 Mercruisers, which are gasoline engines. But if somebody were to inadvertently put diesel in the fuel tank when fueling up, which we know it happens, we are aware of a couple of instances over the years. So you would not want to drive the boat drawing contaminated fuel. If there's diesel in it or water or whatever else, you can then draw it from the better tank or shut it off altogether for whatever reason. Now, those are the only options. So you can go from one tank, the other tank, or off. Now, on a previous boat of ours, another Sea Ray, the 400 sedan bridge that we had a number of years ago, there was a third selector, which was both, which this one doesn't have. Don't know why. So if I set it to both, then you're going to be drawing off of both fuel tanks from each engine. Do you know what I'm saying? So the port would draw from both tanks potentially. Starboard engine would draw from both tanks. But again, in this scenario, it does not have that option. The way I've always had it set up is the port engine drawing fuel from the port tank, and starboard from the starboard tank. And it works for me. Now, the only other item that is potentially, and in this case it's actually drawing fuel from one of those tanks, is that built-in Westerbeek generator. And the way this one is situated is drawing directly from the starboard fuel tank, which is fine. And so this doesn't come into play with that at all. I'm sure that one would be able to put another selector switch for that, but whoever built this boat or designed this boat or ordered this boat obviously felt it wasn't necessary, so they didn't have to do that. And it's working for us. So that's just a little bit of engine room insight. If you're looking to buy a boat, or you've never had a boat this size and you're just wondering what to look for, again, that's not necessarily a critical tool to have on the boat, but it could be potentially helpful, again, if you have contaminated fuel. All right, so that's it. I will see you in the next one. Cheers.